Hello there, and welcome to the latest edition of Rooster Reports. One of today's lead stories concerns the arrest of two foreigners, one from Britain and one from Singapore, who were on very long overstays. The Brit had managed to clock up more than 4,000 days in the kingdom, while the Singaporean had about 1,300 days. Today I want to try and be amusing about how Thais refer to us foreigners from various countries, and also give a cautionary tale about the immigration detention centre in Suan Plu in Bangkok. It's not a place you want to get banged up in. It is just as bad these days, my contacts tell me, as it was when I visited in 1985 to see a friend who had fallen foul of the law. So I'll be giving you an anecdote about 1985 later in the report. So, what of the people arrested this week on overstay? Well, the Thai press loves to refer to us in a myriad of amusing ways, and us Brits get top billing because we come from Muang Pudi, or the land of the posh people. Yes, we are indeed posh. I particularly like my T-shirt that I got at a temple in Suphanburi, which says, "United Kingdom of Greed Britain." Tony Blair, take note. And Northern Iceland. Go figure. Now, Germans are referred to as coming from the land of beer, and it was very nice to see this week Prince Charles and Camilla swigging away at a huge mug of that particular beverage on their state visit to Germany. Then we have people from the land of raw fish, Japanese, people from the land of kimchi, obviously Koreans. Then we have people from the land of perfume. That's our Gallic friends. And then there are Mangons, Bears, and Jingzhous. That's, of course, the Chinese, the Russians, and our Antipodean brethren. Finally, and it's not an exhaustive list, there are people from the land of tulips, obviously the Dutch. It all reminds me of a term that the Japanese have for haute couture, which gives the same kind of idea of sort of pea soupers and class and Sherlock Holmes in ancient London. They refer to haute couture as Sabilou Row, which is their pronunciation of Savile Row, where fancy shirts and the like are made in London to this day. So on to my cautionary tale about the immigration detention centre. Back in near to 1985, the wife of the boss of a language school where I was working was having some severe ructions after a breakup. She reported everybody to immigration, who came round to arrest everybody. I was very lucky in being out at the time and got away scot-free. But my friend was not quite so lucky, and he was banged up in the IDC for many weeks. I happened to visit him on Christmas Day in 1985, and what a ghastly place it was. It was quite amusing, actually, because I smoked at the time and I didn't have my lighter with me, and there was my friend behind the bars, along with about 150 other people, in basically one room with some toilets in the middle. They had to sleep on the floor in absolute squalor. But there was my friend behind the bars with this gold cigarette lighter who passed it through and lit my fag. In return, I had some cold cuts from the Regent for his Christmas Day dinner. Yes, a ghastly place that awaits people who fall foul of immigration law and overstaying. So the story actually has a reasonably happy ending. The visitor to the IDC that day, namely Rooster, ended up becoming a resident of Thailand. But my colleague who was behind the bars topped that, and many years later became a citizen of Thailand and now lives in the northeast. So I expect I'll be doing other videos in subsequent weeks in which I'll refer to some terms that the Thais use that are rather less amusing about us foreigners, in particular how they refer to people of colour and people from India or the Middle East, and perhaps even I'll touch on the term Farang, which some people take offence to, but that's a video for another day. For now, I'd like to wish you a good weekend. Stay cool and stay out of the immigration detention centre. Be a good boy or girl. See you on Monday.